Attack on Titan is no stranger when it comes to dark subject matter. But today, we won't be talking about the dark matter when it concerns the Marlians and the Eldians, but instead we are going to be talking about the Attack on Titan editor who ended up killing his own wife, Jung-Hyun Park. At around 2:50 in the morning on the day of August 9th, 2016, the police got a call from Park saying that his wife had collapsed. At the time, she was suffering from a cardiopulmonary arrest, and even though police rushed Park's wife over to the hospital, she unfortunately died 1 hour later from her wounds. And what was about to happen next is something that no one would have ever guessed. Jung-Hyun Park worked with Kodansha Comics for many years and worked on many different titles, but the most popular title that he worked on has to be Attack on Titan, which is what grabs many people's attention when they first hear this story. Soon after the death of Park's wife is when the police started up an investigation, and what the police found was very interesting to say the least. As they were examining the body of Park's wife, they noticed that she had shallow gashes on her forehead, and a later autopsy would reveal that she actually died from suffocation due to having pressure around her neck. Once this was revealed, the police took this information to Park, to which he would change his story saying that his wife had actually committed suicide, which immediately got investigators looking at Park himself as a potential suspect. The police looked into claims of Park's wife being suicidal, but they found no signs of her being that way at all. And they also found no signs of a forced entry, so it couldn't have been possibly anyone else unless they knew the layout of the house and were able to get in undetected. A couple of other interesting points. Once the police brought to the fact that Park's wife had died of suffocation, Park himself said, "Oh, well, actually, this is what happened," and claimed that his wife had hung herself with his jacket on the railing. But when the police tested the following jacket, they found no DNA of hers on it whatsoever. Also, when the body ceases to be alive, it can release bodily fluids, specifically urine. And what's interesting is the fact that there was no urine found at the bottom of the stairs where his wife was found, but there was urine in other places around the house. And it's almost as if she was planted at the bottom of the stairs. Naturally, with all the evidence against him and pointing to him, the police made an arrest on September 5th, 2017, and charged Park with the murder of his wife. It was speculated by the police that Park had killed his own wife in the bedroom, carried her body up the stairs, and then threw her lifeless body down the stairs to make it look like an accident. The trial would happen a couple of years later, where Park claimed that he did not kill his wife, but the prosecution did some digging, and according to the Tokyo Reporter, it said that Park suddenly embraced murderous intentions upon becoming dissatisfied with Kanako's housework and child care. Being a mangaka is hard enough as is, with the burdening stress that if your work is not good enough, then your series will be canceled, and that means that your income stops coming in, not to mention other stresses to the job as well. I can only imagine that editors face more than likely these kinds of stress as well, so it's highly probable that maybe just one day after a really long and hard day of work, that they might have had an argument and he just snapped. At his trial, Park would say that the reason that he had changed his story was because he didn't want his kids to hear that their mother had committed suicide, being, of course, that they had children in the house. However, the judge did not buy it for a single second and ended up giving him an 11-year sentence and saying that the claim of suicide was unrealistic and the killing was malicious. Considering the fact that he staged this to look like a suicide slash accident, I definitely think he should have gotten way more time, especially since the judge said that the killing was malicious. I do not think that he should have gotten 11 years, but that was the ruling nonetheless, and that is where Park is today. There is very little information when it comes to this story, because there are some nuggets of information out there, but a lot of it is very repetitive. So there isn't a whole lot of information when it comes to this specific case. There are some reports that Kodansha are neutral about the whole situation, but there were definitely people that worked with him that were definitely shocked about everything that happened. So do me a favor, guys. Let me know what you think about the Attack on Titan editor that killed his wife, lied, and then changed his story in the comments section below. Let me know if you guys had heard about this before, because I only heard about it until about like a couple months ago and thought maybe there are other people that don't know. So here you go. If you don't know, now you know. So do me a favor, let me know what you guys think about this whole entire case in the comments section below. Make sure you guys hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I have been Samuel V, aka Excellent Anime Reviews, and I will see you all as soon as I can.